Okay, I think it says we are live. Welcome everybody. I don't know if anybody's gonna watch along with me tonight or not. I don't think there's an auction going on, and Reggie's on, and Game of Thrones just finished, and yeah, this moving my Sunday night streams back because of Game of Thrones has kind of cut into how much people are joining me, but that's okay. Um, Plan for this one is just kind of run through my free comic book day adventure and haul and give a little update on the contest, which I need to move this over real quick so I can do that. And probably keep this fairly short unless somebody decides to join me or, yeah, unless we just get on a good discussion. As always, if anybody wants to hop in, just hit me up. And always easier to keep this going with somebody to talk to directly, not just the chat. Looks like I don't have anybody in the chat yet. So I'm going to do this. All right. Well, so yeah, so free comic book day. Not going to talk about Game of Thrones because it just finished and I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but two more to go. So, and lots of people are going to die. So that's all I can say about Game of Thrones. So yeah, I went out yesterday and I actually went up to the city and decided to hit 4 comic book shops yesterday. I kind of saved my LCS, which is also the closest one to me, with the one I use all the time, for last. And I kind of saved like the most popular shop, I think, for second to last. I actually went to, I think, the longest, maybe the oldest current shop in Kansas City, Clint's Comics. I'd never been there. They're kind of over by Westport, which is not downtown, but close. So I went there in the morning and there was no line. I got there and there were several people in there. I mean, it was a good crowd, but it wasn't like there was no line and stuff when I got there. It wasn't like backed up out the door or anything. I wonder if they actually opened a little bit early, because I got there right as they opened and it was like people were already in there and stuff. So I'm wondering if maybe they opened a little early and that was why there was no line. I don't know for sure. They had a few artists and they looked like they were setting up a table that somebody was going to do like a podcast something, but really wasn't a big crowd. There wasn't much going on. They didn't seem to have any kind of real sales going on, at least not that was obvious. So I kind of wandered around there a little bit. I'd never been in there. Looked through their books. Ended up not even grabbing any of the free comic books there. I just kind of, I don't know. I was there for 45 minutes to an hour. And so, yeah, there wasn't, they had some back issues I dug through a little bit. But like I said, it didn't seem like anything was really on sale or anything like that. So I ended up not grabbing anything. I then went to Pop Culture Comics, which is kind of coming back. So Clint's was the furthest one from me, and stopped in there. And I did end up grabbing a few of the free comic books, and then I picked up one other book. Yeah, but they didn't really have. Yeah, I picked up one book, but they also didn't appear to have. They had some trades on sale. But only part of their trades were on sale, and nothing else seemed to be on sale. They also didn't seem to be having, there was a decent crowd, but there really wasn't a whole lot going on. They were limiting everybody to 5 of the free comic books, and they really didn't have very many of them. I want to say they only probably had 10 or 12 different books, total, like different titles. So that was a little surprising. And then, boy, I really am going to be just me tonight. Oh, well. And then, so I left there, grabbed some lunch, and then I went to Elite Comics, which is kind of the big one in Kansas City. They're kind of the main sponsor of Planet Con. Well, not main sponsor, but they're a big sponsor of Planet Con. They always have a huge booth on one end, and they're kind of the well, they kind of are because like a lot of the Planet Con stuff goes on their website and vice versa. So I went there. There was still a line for the free comic books when I got there. They had 4 or 5 artists set up. They had a big tent set up in the little parking lot with dollar books and tables kind of all the way around. Well, about half of that was dollar books. It looked like then they had like old albums and stuff, and they had some old toys and stuff in there that they were doing. And they were having 25% off of everything in the store, plus except the dollar books, because they were $1. And then they were also limiting you to 5 of the free comic books. And so the funnest thing there was, so I don't know if you guys know or not, but Jason Aaron, who's writing War of the Realms and writes Thor and Avengers and all that kind of stuff. He's a local Kansas City guy, and he goes to Elite all the time and does signings and stuff. Well, he wasn't doing a signing. He didn't have a table set up, nothing. But he was there, and he was digging through the dollar bins, and he went through the line and grabbed, well, he didn't really go through the line. They pulled him some. But he grabbed a bunch of the free comic books, and he actually, when I checked out there, he checked out behind me. So that was kind of fun. I talked to him for a minute. Mostly just said hello. Nothing really didn't, because he was really just there like everybody else. He wasn't there as comic book writer Jason Aaron. He was there as comic book reader Jason Aaron. And so that was just kind of fun to see him there and like just, yeah, he was just hanging out, and he actually bailed out about the time I did because he dug through the dollar bins and bought some books. And yeah, that was just kind of fun to see, even a writer and that kind of stuff was interested in, being just a part of Free Comic Book Day from that perspective and not necessarily doing anything else. So I guess, so from there, I then went to my local comic shop. So Elite had a really big crowd when I got there, kind of calmed down by the time I got there, but they'd been open 2 hours when I got there, and they still had a really big crowd, and there were still a bunch of people there, but it definitely was in a lull when I left. And then I went to my comic shop, which is Phoenix Comics in Peculiar, Missouri, which is just south of Kansas City and closer to where I live. And they had a decent crowd by the time I got there, but it was like 2:30. And they'd been open since, I think they opened a little bit early because they said they had a line. I was talking to them. They had a line when they got there. They had a bunch of people standing around. I guess it was crazy early on. And so I picked up a few things there. I picked up a couple more. I picked up my pull list from this week because I hadn't picked that up yet. And then I picked up a couple other books. So with that, I think I'm just going to kind of dig into what I grabbed. So yeah, I'll start with the free books. I haven't even bagged or boarded these yet. These are just kind of sitting here. I have not read any of these yet. Well, that's not true. I read this one. So I did pick up the Catwoman Free Comic Book Day book. It was interesting. Not exactly where I thought it was going to go. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what people who have read actually the graphic novel think of it. Yeah, it was kind of a different take. I kind of liked it, but it was a little different. I picked up the Avengers book. I've been reading Avengers, and so I definitely picked up the free comic book version of that. I picked up the big one, I guess, that everybody was chasing, which was the Spider-Man book. I have not read that yet either. I picked up the Buffy Firefly book. Big fan of both the original TV shows. I've really enjoyed the Buffy series that they just relaunched. I'm kind of digging that. So I tried the Firefly series, but I didn't stick with it. Not because it wasn't good, just because I've been doing. Yeah, I just decided it wasn't one I was going to follow this time. So I picked up Punchline, which I don't know anything about. I just had some more spaces to grab. Now my comic shop was like you could take one of anything. Like you could take all of them, but you could only take one. So that was their rule. The other two shops that I grabbed, I don't even know what Clint's rule was because I didn't grab anything there. But the other two shops where you could grab 5 different titles, except for they also had a couple books that didn't count toward that. But it was the main free comic books. It was 5, and then my shop was you can grab one of everything we got, but only one. So stuff actually instead of right there, I'm gonna put this down there. So then I grabbed the Vampirella book, which is kind of weird because before yesterday, I did not own a Vampirella book other than the one I won in RB3's contest, his 12 Days of Christmas contest he had back in December. So that's the only Vampirella book I've ever owned, and I've never read it. But I grabbed this one. I grabbed the Lady Mechanica. Like, I've seen this a couple times. It's intrigued me, but I've never went down the road. So I thought, this would be a good way to like see if it's worth anything. I grabbed Interceptor, which, according to the guys in my comic shop, like Donny Cates is on this, but like he's like a co-creator, but he's not going to be actually writing it. So not sure what the deal is with that, but I grabbed it anyway. My first Donny Cates book, so you guys can all mock me. So I finally have one, and apparently it's not even a Donny Cates book. I picked up the Starburns Presents, and I guess one of the guys behind this was there at Elite, because this was not counted toward my 5. But I didn't actually talk to him, so I'm not sure if he was an artist, a writer, inker, penciler. I don't know what colorist. I don't know what his role was on this, but so yeah. And then I picked up the Star Wars free previews book. So that's what I grabbed at the comic shop, like from Free Comic Book Day. Holy moly! Like, really is nobody. Am I on air? I'm on my thing, so yeah, must be. So then from my pull this week, I grabbed the Art Germ Cheetah, You're the Villain. I think this is really cool. It's kind of creepy, and yeah, I mean, I'm not a furry, but I don't know. I just thought it was kind of a cool take on Cheetah. I'm a big Art Germ fan. You guys know that. Man, the glare's bad. Maybe go that way. But yeah, so I grabbed that. I grabbed Deceased. So I'd originally put this in my poll, like the whole series, and then I canceled that, but I left number 1 in, and I thought, well, I'll try number 1 and see, and because I don't mind, like, I like some zombie movies and stuff. I'm not a big zombie guy, but there's different zombie takes that I've enjoyed. And then I debated on canceling this. I haven't even read it yet, but I don't see myself going with this. I don't know. I don't know if this is really for me. So somebody wants a copy of this. If you're looking for one, I might just like send it to you because I haven't read it yet. Maybe I should read it before I make that decision, but I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me. But I grabbed it anyway. I had it in my poll, so I went on and grabbed it. Batman 70, supposedly the dreams have finally ended. I know, because I switched my subscription over to the regular covers. But so regular cover on that one. War of the Realms, looking forward to this. Yeah, I've really enjoyed the first 2. Jason Aaron is just a really good storyteller. I enjoy his stuff. So yeah, War of the Realms. Still reading Ghost Spider. Well, still pulling Ghost Spider. I'm still way behind on. No, actually, I've caught up. I was gonna say I'm way behind, but no, I've caught up. It has gotten better. They got John's not in the chat, but they got they brought in what is it, Man Wolf? Yeah, Man Wolf. Or this her universe's version of John Jameson. So, well, I don't know. They haven't identified if the wolf is actually John Jameson or not. I don't think yet. I kind of assumed that, but maybe not in this universe. So, intrigued to see where this is going. So I'm actually like, it has definitely. I will fully admit that whole tie-in with the Spider-Geddon, it was terrible. But I kept with it because I enjoyed Jason Latour's run, and it's gotten better. Hasn't got me completely. Well, I'm still getting it, so we'll see how long it's longer that lasts. And then the only one of my pulls I've read so far is Justice League. I'd been behind on that, and I just got completely up on Justice League. I had like 3 issues. So I love Scott Snyder. I think he does great work. This was really good. So Justice League gets my high recommend. Then I picked up some back issues that I was missing. I picked up some new 52 Batgirl, and the white is just the remnants of the sticker I failed to get off. But and then I picked these up at Elite. Batgirl #1, the Adam Hughes cover. I enjoyed that. And it was probably too high, like regular price, but at 25% off, it was actually a decent. It was a good price. It's in really good shape. It's got one spine tick that breaks color, and another one that does not. It doesn't look like. It's not a 9.8, but I'm not too worried about that. I just grabbed it, wanted it as part of my collection. I also grabbed #2. Just because they had a bunch of them. I could have grabbed more. I did not. I grabbed, and then I grabbed #12, which is an art germ. My favorite art germ cover from this particular run on Batgirl. Obviously, that's the 12 with what on the other run, the Stephanie Brown run is the famous one. But this is also a #12, and I like this cover. I like her and Batwoman. It's a little more dynamic for him, which I enjoy. I do think he gets a little static with his covers. So happy for this. Hey, Comic Ace. Hey, Bear Allen. What's going on, man? Yeah, like I really like this one. It doesn't have much heat to it, but I really like this one. I'm almost through all my books here by the time you guys join me, but I'll do a recap real quick. Just going through my day, and then the other 3 books I picked up were characters I don't really own any books of. Though really interested in reading these books. But as you guys know, I'm a huge Jenny Frison fan. I love her run on Wonder Woman. I'm still trying to get all of those covers. I've basically, there's a few in the 40s that I haven't gotten yet, just because my comic shop and Elite have. But for the most part, I've kind of gotten most of the back issues that I have here locally. So I'm going to have to do a little extra work to try and track those down. But I knew she'd done a run on Red Sonja when Gail Simone wrote it, which I actually read digitally years ago that I really enjoyed. So I've decided to try to go back and get those. I haven't really picked up any of those yet. And then I discovered that she'd done a run on Vampirella as well. So I was looking for those yesterday. I only got one. I only found one of her Sonjas, which this is not one of my favorites, but it's still pretty cool. This is #17. So I like that. So I went on and grabbed that because I had a chance. And then I found 2 Jenny Frison Vampirella covers. The first is to #7, which I'm not, like I said, I never owned a Vampirella book other than the one RB3 sent me in that giveaway. But I think that is a sick cover. I'm not big on the overly, like, I know there's some really like hot, sexy Vampirella covers, which are fine, but I'm not gonna buy them just for that. And yet, but the Frisian art, I did buy them just for that. So I'm talking out both sides of my mouth there, but that's just kind of, yeah. So I did that, and then the other one I grabbed is #8, and this cover is just amazing. Look at that. Because to me, that looks like, okay, to me, that's what she would look like. as opposed to some of the others. I don't know. I find that cover just freaking amazing. Like, I wish it was in a little better condition. Because if it did the next time, because I know she goes to C2E2 every year, I would go up there and get her to sign this sucker, and I would slab this thing, even though I don't know that it's worth a whole lot. It does have like, where's it at? I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. It's got like a color rub there in the top corner, and then a big old giant spine tick there below. You can definitely see that spine tick. It's only one, but it is a big one, and so it's definitely like not a 9.8 kind of candidate. So I wouldn't slab it, but God, that cover is just sick. I've never been one to like chase Vampirella covers because I didn't care about Vampirella as a character, but damn. Anyway, so those were the non-free comic book day books I picked up. So that's the totality of the haul. Let's see. So yeah, I picked up, and I didn't spend too much. I spent a little bit. I mean, I always get 25% off in my comic shop because I have enough pulls that I'm in the 25% tier. So I get 25% off of everything there. They were actually having a 20% off sale and 30% off of toys, I think is what they were doing. So I didn't buy any toys, so I got my regular 25% off, which was slightly better than their free comic book day sale. And then Elite had 25% off of everything. So yeah, I got 25% off all of that stuff. So I think I'm going to do the contest update real quick of where I'm at. And then I will do a quick recap for anybody that joins me late or whatever of what I grabbed on. So neither of you guys were in here when I was telling the Jason Aaron story. I'll tell that real quick. So when I went to Elite Comics, which Jason Aaron's a Kansas City guy, and he goes to Elite's kind of the big shop in Kansas City, and yeah, a bunch of books at Free Comic Book Day that I paid for, plus a bunch of free ones. Yeah, so I'll go back through the stack because you guys missed the free ones and stuff that I picked up. You got most of the ones I bought. But anyway, so Jason Aaron goes to Elite Comics all the time. He does signings a couple times a year at least. And because he's a local guy, and that's kind of the shop he has a relationship with. So I went to Elite. They were the third comic shop I went to because I knew they'd be crazy first thing. And I went to some smaller ones that didn't have lines. And he was there just hanging out. He didn't have a table. He wasn't signing. He was just Jason Aaron, like you or I, going to Free Comic Book Day. He was digging through dollar bins. He grabbed a bunch of the free comics. He actually checked out of line after I did when I was checking out of line at Elite. So that was I didn't really bother him. He seemed like he was there just to because he wanted to be. So I said hello and that kind of thing, but I didn't really talk to him just because I didn't want to bother him or anything because it looked like he was just, trying to enjoy Free Comic Book Day like the rest of us. So I thought that was pretty cool. So that was my Jason Aaron story from yesterday. So contest. We've been going a little over a week. I dropped the video on Thursday, the 23rd or something. Anyway, it's been 10 days or so, and I have had 5 video entries and 17 comments so far, and some of those comments are part of the video entry. So 12 additional comments to the video entries so far. So the people I have officially entered. So if you hear your name and you don't hear your name and you have left me a comment or something, holler at me because I have not seen it. Or if you've dropped a video, I haven't seen a comment linking to it to know that it's there. Those people are Caleb Comic Smurf Murphy did a comment and a video. Martin 101 did a comment. JD Comics did a comment. Shane Griffin did a comment. Shane, you're one of the people I haven't been able to although when my YouTube's been acting up, but I will remind everyone that if you leave a comment or try to enter, to not to forget to make your subscriptions public so I can see that you are actually subscribed to my channel. Shane, I didn't see you, but I haven't re-looked yet because it seemed to be having a problem because it didn't have any new subscribers for like the last 3 weeks when I looked at my subscriber list. And I know that's not right. And some of those people I know have public ones because I picked up a bunch. So I will look again. But if you have not made it public, go on and make that public so that it'll be easier for me to find. So that was Shane Griffin. He did a comment. Unruly Simeon did a video and a comment, so he is entered 3 times. Timmy Canadian Comic Hunter did a comment. Collectible Paper did a comment. Jam Sessions did a comment. Ruben, who it's rare for Ruben not to make one of my live streams, but Ruben, you did Nieves did a comment and a video. Daymares did a comment. Ryan Lowry did a comment. J Hood Creative did a comment. Cameron D has a comment entry. I Love Disney and Comics has a comment entry. Yo, Best Collector Ever did a comment. Biggie Shack did a comment and a video. And Sam I Am Comics did a comment and a video. And he dropped his video just today. So you guys have till not quite 2 weeks till the 17th at midnight to get your either make a comment on that giveaway video at my 220 subscriber giveaway, or make a video and post it, link it there, or at least let me know that you've made it so that I can find it. And you will be entered for the stuff behind me. The Immortal Hulk lot, which includes those 2 copies of #1 and a copy of #5. And this one here, don't forget, is signed by cover artist Ashley Witter. And then the other winner will get this Amazing Spider-Man #1 from last year, sketch cover done by Kevin McCoy at PlanetCon. He did that for me, and I'll pull those up. I'll just pick them up right now, so everybody can look at them up close again. So this is the sketch cover. You haven't seen this Black Cat sketch cover. Kevin did a fantastic job on this. If I hadn't from the beginning been like, I'm giving it away before I seen it, I'd probably have a much harder time giving it away. But that was always the plan, so I'm following through on it. And not much to see there. You see the Immortal Hulk, but I will show you the signature. So there's Ashley's signature on that variant to Immortal Hulk #1. Comic Ace says he's going to enter. All right, man. Looking forward to it. Yeah, definitely. Right now, your odds are pretty good. I don't have that many entries yet, so which is cool because almost all of them. There's a couple of people that I don't really know in here that I haven't seen make comments and stuff before this, but for the most part, these are people that have been following my channel. So definitely looking forward to any, whether you just leave a comment or not. I will go through, and I'm actually going to make a video just probably right before and maybe a second one right after, going through some of the stories that people like put in here. It's been a pretty interesting lot. There's several stories that I've heard good things about that I have never read. So definitely some stuff, a couple things I never even heard of, which was always interesting. So I'll definitely have to go back and grab a couple of those too as well. So, and that's my goal. And so I am probably going to make a video of maybe a couple videos to go through some of these community recommendations. Obviously, if you watch the people's videos, which you should, you'll get a bunch of them. But also the comments and stuff, I'll probably try to pull them together just so people can kind of see them. So let's see. So yeah, that is it. So I ran through my books, ran through who was entered in the contest. Normally I do a video on Mondays. I don't think I'm going to do that this week. I just have not been very organized or ready to go. I did do a Comic Spectre entry video. There's a couple other contests I probably should do videos for myself. Since I'm asking people to do videos for me, I should probably do that as well. So I don't know what's going to be coming out this week. Yeah, so this might be a little bit of a short week. I've been pretty busy at work, so things have been kind of hectic. I know this time slot does not seem to be as useful for everybody for my Sunday live streams, but I will run back through a recap of what I picked up on New Comic Book Day, and we'll call it a night. I picked up the Catwoman book, and I actually have read this one. It was pretty good, so I enjoyed it. I'm intrigued for the rest of it. I don't know that I'll buy that graphic novel, but I'm intrigued. I picked up Avengers, Free Comic Book Day. I picked up the Spider-Man, which I guess is the hot one that most people really want. I have not got these bags and boards yet because I'm out of bags and boards. I need to go buy some. I knew I was out, and I probably should have just grabbed some there, but I've been ordering them. I kind of want to I need to put together an order of just supplies. So yeah, might get an unboxing video of that because I do need to do an order. So, that was Buffy Firefly as the other one I picked up. I picked up Punchline, which I don't know anything about, but decided to give it a shot. I did pick up the New Comic Book Day Vampirella as well, which, yeah, not a character I've ever invested in, but now I got a couple books I can potentially read, so we'll see if I have any interest in Vampirella. I picked up this Lady Mechanica. So I've seen this title a few times. I've never really heard much about it. I've always been intrigued. It's been going for a while, so there has to be an audience for it. Kind of a steampunk kind of vibe to it. But so I figured this was an easy way to figure out if it was something that actually held my interest or not. I picked up Interceptor, which was the Donny Cates book, but then the guys at my comics book shop were saying they don't think Donny Cates is actually writing this, that he helped invent it and maybe helped write this one, but the actual series is coming. He's just like a creator, but not actually going to write it. It's so I don't know. There's something, it was a little different. Starburns, I don't know anything about this other than one of the guys involved with it was at Elite, and was handing them out. So I grabbed one of those, and then I grabbed the Star Wars one. So yeah, so that is what I grabbed from the free books. I grabbed my pull this week, which was Justice League 23, which is the only book in my pull I've actually already read. I'm really enjoying this. I can't wait to see where Snyder goes with what he's doing on Justice League. Put these down there. Still grabbing Ghost Spider. Part of me's not sure why, but I have enjoyed the last couple of issues a little better, so we'll see. I may still sticking with it. We'll see. War of the Realms 3, which I am really loving War of the Realms. Jason Aaron is knocking it out of the park so far, at least. So we will see. I have not read that yet, but Batman 70. The infamous Tom King. Definitely a love-hate relationship with that guy on his writing. I enjoy it for the most part. So, and Batman's my guy. I'm going to grab Batman almost, unless it just gets really terrible. I'm always going to grab Batman. I did end up grabbing Deceased. Originally I put the whole series in my pull, then I canceled everything, but it was after the FOC, so I left number 1 in. I don't know. It just doesn't really interest me, and I haven't read it yet, but maybe it'll be really good, and I'll decide to get them. But I don't know. The whole concept just isn't really holding my interest. So, and then I grabbed the Art Germ Year of the Villain Cheetah cover. I just think I'm a sucker for Art Germ, and I just think it's cool. I don't know. He just looks freaking creepy, and yeah, I don't know. I just really like that. He's not creepy, but yet is, yeah, I don't know. I just really like it. So I grabbed it. That wasn't too bad. I mean, it was inexpensive, so it was a little more than the 25 cents, but my shop had it for reasonable. So then I grabbed, I've been wanting to, I only had this run digitally, the Batgirl Gail Simone run. I had it digitally from the New 52. So I found a good price. Well, because of the discount, I got a good price on Batgirl #1, first print, Adam Hughes. It's in good shape. I would guess, like I said, it's got a color breaking spine tick, and then actually it's got two. The one definitely does not break color. The one might break color. So it's probably like a 9.4, which I don't know that I would ever get this slabbed. I just wanted it. So I'm okay with that. And with the 25% off, it was a good deal. So I grabbed, I got piles going everywhere here. I grabbed #2 as well from that run. I didn't have any of these hard copy before. So now I do. And then I cover, I love that cover with her and Batwoman, Batgirl and Batwoman kind of fighting. I love that it's a little more dynamic than the typical art germ. I do feel like he gets a little redundant in some of his covers because a lot of just faces or close-ups or poses kind of thing. So I like that there's multiple characters, that they're interacting, that there's some action. And yeah, I think that's a cool cover. So I grabbed that. And then I grabbed a couple of characters that I don't care about because I love Jenny Frison and I love her covers. I really want to get a bunch of these Red Sonja ones because I just think they're amazing. This is actually one of the ones that I think is not that great, but it was the only one I found in all 4 places. So I went on and grabbed it. That's #17. And then I grabbed 2 Jenny Frison Vampirella runs, which I didn't even know she did a Vampirella run until like just recently. And there was like 3 of them I really liked, and I managed to snag 2 of those from that run. This is from #7. And I think that is cool. I just think Jenny Frison is, yeah, super talented. I wish she'd do interior stuff, but I've seen interviews with her and she just doesn't. She's like, doesn't have interest. She can get away with doing the portrait kind of thing, and she's content. But I love her style. I'd love to have a piece of original Jenny Frison, but I'm sure that costs a lot. And then this is #8, and I just love this cover. Yeah. Man, I just think that's amazing. Like I said, I'm not a big Vampirella guy, but man, I just love what she does with the red and the dark background. And to me, that's what that character would look like. Like if you, I don't know. I wish it was a little nicer copy. It's got a big old color rub there on the corner. You can see it there. And it's got a big old spine tick. Because if it was, I'd slab that sucker. But as it is, I'll probably put it in Mylar and just, yeah. So, all right, with that, looks like I may have lost Comic Ace and Bear Island at some point, but that's okay. Pretty uneventful, but I know there's an auction going on, and I know Reggie's live right now, and it's late on a Sunday. It's 10:14 here in Central Time, so it's like after 11 on the East Coast. This whole Game of Thrones going on right during when I normally do my Sunday live streams just kind of put a damper in my crowd a little bit, but that's okay. Thanks everybody that joined me or anybody that watches this on the rewind. But I'm going to go on and get off of here, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.